Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to your boy Unlucky. And today I have a different kind of video for you guys. I have a little bit of a beginner's guide to how to grow your own weed and what the best mixes for that weed is. How to grow your weed is very simple, and the other part about mixes I'll be talking about in a little bit here. But how to grow your weed, pretty simple really. When you start the game, the only way of getting any drugs is by writing to Eddie, asking him, can I get 20 grams of this, 20 grams of that, 20 grams of that. It's the only way to get weed. But he is gonna go on a run from the police a little bit into the story. And that's when he hooks you up with a mate of his. Before then, you're only able to get weed through contacting Eddie, and he delivers it in, like, for example, one of these ones here, the search vent. The vent. It could be like different holes in the walls, could be back of the car over here, could be different places. But when you are able to get a hold of the person, let's see here, go into Shadycom, and we're going to write to Barney Roman, ask for a meeting. Just going to wait a little bit. There we go, of course, on the way. So, we're going to head over there. He is, as you can see, he's going to be right here. So East Deadtown, that's the only way of getting to him. And he's not going to meet you during police hours. So if you do want to contact him and talk to him, you have to do it during the day. Because during police hours, he's not going to do it. For obvious reasons, of course. You go here, press F, show me what you got. And here we go. Here you can see these 4 on the top are for outdoor purposes only, and these 4 on the bottom are for indoor purposes. So let's get one of each. It doesn't really matter of these ones. The ones that are more expensive, I think you get more weed off of them. Yeah, and the other ones you get less weed, but they grow faster or something. I don't really remember the exact reason. Yeah, so we bought the seeds. And the outdoor seeds, very, very simple. You have to find a place to grow it. And this could be tricky. For example, this hill, I can show you on the map here. So this is Sector B, where I'm at. So just by like Bad Asia, East Deadtown, that's the construction guy. So next to him, there's going to be a hill, and if you have the seeds on you, it's going to show up here, just by aiming. So you can either like plant it here, which I've done 1,000 times, and the cop doesn't notice it because they only go to there. They don't go here. If you want to be a bit more safe, you can always go like here and plant it. There should be one or 2 spots around here. You can't place it here because it's too close to the house building here. But for me, the best place to put it is here. You don't have to go very far, and you just hold left mouse button. And take a look at this: hydration, health, and light. You want to keep those full at all times, because if they're not, you're either going to kill the plant, or you're not going to get as much weed from it. And what you want to do is you want to come over here and water the plants every once in a while. See, do I have water on me? I do, but we're out. So we're going to go in here and refill the water bottle. There it is. We're going to fill up the bottles. This hideout is very good to have. If you don't have it, please do. Because it's close to everything. I'm going to fill up 2 bottles here. Don't want to waste too much time doing this. There we go. And then you go to the plant and press F and then left click. There you go. That's watered now. You don't need to do it directly, but that's just to show you how to do it. And the indoor plants, that's a bit more tricky. What you need is you need fuck are these vase? You need these. You need how many ever you want to do. You also need vents and you need lights. The reason is this. Let's see, we're going to put this one here. There we go. These vents make sure that the smell from the weed doesn't go outside. If you don't have them and cops go by, they're going to be, oh, what the fuck is that smell? And then, oh. And these lights make sure the plants stay healthy and get the UV light they need. And these ones, of course, help the plant to grow. Same stuff here. You go to it, press F and left click to hydrate. You have to do it once every like 4 to 5 hours in game, I'd say. Just do it 1 or twice a day and you'll be fine. So yeah, that is pretty much it. There's not much to it. When the plant is done, you just press F and then left click to harvest. And then you're going to need to put it in here. So as you can see, I have some stuff in here. You put the weed that you get from here, put it in one of these, and then drag that in here. Start drying. Yeah, my contents is already dried. So yeah, when it's done, harvest, go here, put it in one of these ones, and then drag that to in here. Press F, right click, and press left click on start drying. And that's going to take like a couple of minutes for it to dry, and when that's done, put it back, and it's ready to sell. Simple as that. Simple as that. And same stuff with same shit with the outdoor plants. When they're ready to be harvested, you go up to them, press F, right, harvest, go with it in here, put it in here. When it's dried up, put it in there, and it's done, and it's ready to be sold. It's not much to it, guys. It's really not. Really, really simple stuff here. But when we do come to mixing, well, what I was going to say and what my point in this video was in whole is that weed is the only drug that you don't need to mix. For example, when it comes to cocaine, cocaine is very expensive to buy. So you do want to keep as much of it as possible to save money and make money. So, for example, what do we have here? We have Smurf and White Heaven. I don't really know what that is. And this is only weed. But yeah, the thing is, if you're looking to make a mix with like cocaine, amphetamine, crystal meth, that's fine. But when it comes to weed, there's no point. There's no point in making mixes with weed because weed is a very, very cheap and you can always adjust the prices. So let's say You can go in here, and here you can edit. So you say, this is the price for when you buy from Eddie at the start of the game. So you buy it for $5, and then I used to sell it for 19. So that's more than 5 times as much. So what you can do, if you think this is too cheap, you can go into edit, and you can maybe pump it up to 20. This warning is going to come up if the game think it's too pricey. Setting the price too high may drastically lower demand or make you lose your current clients. And you don't want to do that. So the best thing is to bump it down back to 19. 19 is the max amount right now. So for example, cocaine, we used to buy it from Eddie for $25 and we sold it for $87. That's more than 3 times the value. So considering that, we get a lot of weed off of this as well. I don't remember how much we get, but we do get a decent amount from this. It's like maybe like 60, 80 grams. And that's from paying, I think, $30 for the seeds. So if we take that into account, let's say we get 60 grams. And this is $5 a gram. So $5 a gram. Let me quickly do some math here. Quick maths. That's $300 worth of drugs. But from the seed, we only pay $35. So we pay a bit more than 10% of the actual value. So when Eddie is being chased by the cops and decides to leave town, you actually start to make a lot more money. So weed is not worth mixing, is definitely not. However, when it comes to cocaine, amphetamine, crystal meth, ecstasy, that is worth mixing because that costs a lot more and it's a lot easier to mix. I don't think I've ever done a mix with weed because I've always felt like it was unnecessary. You make so much money off of the other drugs that it's not really necessary to do so. That's a bit inappropriate. But yeah, so if you guys have any other questions, any other videos you'd like me to do on DDS, for example, of what's the best mixes for cocaine, amphetamine, ecstasy, so on, please let me know and I will do a video showing you the exact stuff to use. What I can do right now to give you guys a little bit of a teaser, this has nothing to do with weed, but what I can do to give you guys a little bit of a tip, I'm going to go straight through here, let this motherfucker search me. There we go. And we're going to go into here to the gas station, talk to Amy, want to buy something. So here's a few tips of what you should use and what you should not use. Baking soda, fine. Washing powder, no. No. And no. Don't use washing powder. It's toxic as fuck. So if you use it, there's a big chance that your customers might die. And you want to keep your customers. So don't use washing powder. Ibuprofen is perfectly fine. Don't use too much because that will get them... that could kill them as well, but we're talking a lot. Salt is fine, but use it in moderate. The best thing that I would say is sugar and baking soda. Those are the two things that you can use quite a lot of and not get any real complications of it. Salt, the same, but I'd rather use sugar and baking soda. If I don't have that and I need to make a mix real quick and I only have salt, that's fine. It's not going to make a huge difference. Ibuprofen is something that I use all the time. Same with paracetamol. Paracetamol is also an item that you can get from the pharmacy over here. So we're gonna head over there as soon as this guy is done. There we go. So we're gonna head over here to the pharmacy, which is here in Sector B. I'll show you on the map. So this is the gas station in Sector A, and here's Jamie's drugstore. Press F, and medicine. So this guy sells paracetamol, ibuprofen, same as the gas station. He also sells Viagra and Nebulanex. Paracetamol, ibuprofen, perfectly fine to use when making mixes, but what I would like to say, if you're using both, don't use both paracetamol and ibuprofen. That's not necessary. Rather use ibuprofen and sugar, or paracetamol and sugar, or ibuprofen and baking soda, or paracetamol and baking soda. Viagra is fine as well, but Viagra is a little bit toxic and makes them addicted, which is fine. You want them to be addicted, but it's also a little bit toxic, so use it wisely. It's fine to mix these two, but not too much. If you want to mix Viagra with something else, use baking soda or sugar. Nebulanex is very strong, also a little bit toxic, so use that if you have to, but my advice is to not buy it at all. Stick to these three. Stick to these three: sugar and baking soda. That's the only thing you need. Anything other than that is going to be toxic and unnecessary. Yeah, and I forgot to say that the acetone that you can buy in the gas station are made to, you buy that to make amphetamine, I'm pretty sure. So that is not something you use with mixes. But yeah, that is the video. I've showed you guys a little bit of how to make, how to grow your own weed. I've talked about that. This, to summarize it, you have to contact Barney. You can only do this during police hours. Go up there, buy whatever you want. It doesn't really matter which one you get. Like I said, one might give you a little bit more weed, one might be done sooner. It's very different, varies. And when it's done, you go and place it and wait for it to harvest, and go and water it every once in a while. I forgot to say one thing. I can actually go show you that right now. So I'm gonna skip until I'm gonna edit the video until I am where I need to be. We are here. We are at Donald's Furniture Shop. You go in here, press F, show me products. Here's where you find everything you need. Flower pot used for growing indoor flowers. So buy however many of these that you need. My tip for you guys is, when you start growing weed, do at least 4 at a time. If you're able to do 6 or 7, that's perfect, but 4 or 5 is enough to start off with, just to get the basics of it. UV lamp, I would say get, for like the hideout that I have, I think somewhere between 2 and 4 is fine. I think buy 4 just to be safe. Air filters, I think you should at least get 2. If you have enough money to buy 3 or 4, do that, because we don't want the cops to smelling our weed and destroying our operation. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I can tell you about that. Please let me know if there's anything else that you would like help with, or tips on about this game, or any other game for that matter, and I'll try and fix that for you. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please leave a like and subscribe if this helped you out. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Peace and bye.